So traveling, from my experience, is all a lot about the psychology. When I was 26 and I decided to go traveling on my own, actually had no fear whatsoever, and I was kind of really excited just to get away. That was my purpose, to get on a plane and see where I landed and see what happened. And what happened was lots of people started trying to put fear into me, to tell me stories about how, it was going to be dangerous, and why was I doing it on my own, and how could I possibly do this. And they told me horror stories about women getting raped and all of these really awful things. And so I didn't listen, but I was really kind of aware that that's the kind of response that I got about being a solo female traveller. And I arrived, and I very quickly learnt that, in those days there were no mobile phones, so we used Lonely Planets. And I used Lonely Planets as a book that told me where not to go, because everybody else was using it to tell them where to go. So I decided to look at it and see, using a map of Thailand is where I first went, where all the main travellers were going that were being recommended by the Lonely Planets book. And then I looked what was not being recommended, and that's where I headed. And that meant that I didn't have the sort of Bible of being told which little kind of bothy, or whatever they were called at those times, little apartments to stay in and all of that kind of, had no, or the restaurants or any of that, or even how to kind of say a few words in the local language. I just got myself off the beaten track and deliberately got myself lost and wandered off down back streets and found amazing things, amazing people, because those people were not tired of tourists. They were intrigued and interested. I did the same in Kenya. I just stopped the car and I'd walk off the road and go into villages, and I'd be followed by lots of kids because they'd not seen a white woman. I mean, they might have done, but perhaps not, because they were only little, and it was off the beaten track. So in the psychology of travel, what I would say is, yes, it is important to be mindful of safety, but also go and get lost.